Blessings in the name of the Lord Jesus. Welcome to Paraclet TV, making disciples through the power of the Holy Spirit. At the end of this video, 100% of the viewers with 100% level of proficiency will be able to distinguish the difference between a portfolio and a traditional way of testing. And of course, to justify the importance of making portfolio. So it is very good that we know the difference between a portfolio making as a form of assessment and a traditional testing as a form of assessment. So let us look at the difference between the two. One, the portfolio represents the range of reading and writing students engage in. So in here we will find that a portfolio can be a collection of the reading task as well as the writing task of the students. Example of that are the book review, or even the term papers that are required of them, or even the compositions such as poem, songs, or even essays can be a part of a portfolio. While in traditional testing, it assesses students across a limited range of reading and writing assignments. It may not watch what students do. So because in testing, it only assess a limited range of reading and writing assignments. Meaning, even if the teacher does not see the writing or the reading assignments, through a testing, he will find out if the student has made the reading or even the writing tasks. Next, in a portfolio assessment or a portfolio making, it engages students and assessing their progress and or accomplishment, establishing ongoing learning goals. So whatever are the skills and competencies that are enumerated in a periodic period about a subject, a portfolio can be a collection of those things that he made, the things that he achieved that are included in the portfolio. While in testing, portfolio mechanically scored or is scored by teachers who have little output. So a portfolio can be a form of testing, an authentic assessment in which he will see, the teacher will really assess, engage all the through the documents that are included within a portfolio. A very justifiable grade can be given to the student. A portfolio measures students' achievement while allowing for individual differences between students. That's very good because when, say for example, your students are making a portfolio individually, you will find that their individual differences will be exposed or displayed by the portfolio that a student has made. One student can do it creatively, the other student can do it not as creative as compared to others. One student can have many documents that are attached. Other students will find only few, but they are the best presentations of their accomplishments. So we will find that the students who are very motivated to have a better grade will make a portfolio better as compared to one who is disinterested and has, of course, not that motivated to do a very good portfolio. So individual differences will be displayed by looking at the portfolio submitted by them. In testing, as it assesses all students on the same dimension. That's correct, because especially when you are going to give a paper in pencil test, individual difference in their cognition, no, and it will not it will not measure many dimensions as compared to portfolio, wherein not only cognition but of course affective as well as psychomotor, including their artistry, creativity, can be assessed by using the portfolio. A portfolio represents a collaborative approach to assess. A collaborative between teachers and students. It can also be a collaboration between and among the fellow students. And especially when there is a teamwork or if there is a group activity and that is to be placed within a portfolio, so it is not only accomplishment of an individual student but of a group of students. While in testing, especially in the traditional testing, assessment is not collaborative because it is given to individual students and they are going to take the exam one by one. A portfolio has a goal of student assessment, while in testing, student assessment is not a goal. So that's the difference between the two. In order to have a final assessment of what the students have learned within a period, then you use a portfolio. But a testing, there are types of testing that can be done, various types such as diagnostic test, we have the formative test, we have also the so-called summative test that can be summed up in order to have the final assessment for a student's achievement. And the last one, a portfolio addresses improvement efforts and achievements. So you will find in a portfolio the progress of the students, how they develop their creativity, how they perform better as compared to the first document, looking at the second document, the progress that happens by looking at the next document. While in testing, you are just testing by addressing an achievement during the moment that you are testing a concept or a competency or a skill. Now, it is very important that we know why portfolio is needed for a student to submit or to accomplish. The first reason, portfolio gives students the opportunity to direct their own learning. While the students are doing the portfolio, they will be able to learn many things while they are doing the portfolio. One, they can document their efforts, achievement, the development that happens, the growth in knowledge and skills and expressions and attitude, because it will really take time to think with respect to cognition, what are the things that they have to include in a portfolio, and then patience is measured, creativity is measured, and then many positive attributes will be reflected as you go through the portfolio that is submitted to you as a teacher. Another, it uses a variety of learning styles, modalities, and intelligences. The portfolio, of course, will display a variety of learning styles. You will find that there are students who will be focusing more on music as they make the portfolio. And by interpreting their say for example, their essay, by interpreting the poem, by interpreting their composition, you will find if they are verbally linguistic learner or if they are kinesthetically learning styles in them, or if they are interpersonal learners. And of course, there are also modalities that can be seen in a portfolio if they are, of course, have talents in drawing, if they are used to just write an essay or based from the result of the checklist, you will find that right or left of their brains, if they are logical or if they are creative. An assessment of the level of intelligence of our students based from the portfolio, because the portfolio will not only give a document, it will also paste there some of the results of the quiz or the results of the anecdotal record, and of course some of the interviews that are conducted for the students, which will be basis of assessing the intelligences of our students. Third, it will also in the learning of the student, we will assess their own learning and decide which items better present achievement and growth. So the student will also assess himself as he's going to make and to incorporate all the collections and document it and input that within a portfolio. He will have a pre-assessment of his accomplishments, if he is good, better, or best in this aspect, before the teacher will finally decide what will be the grade of the students. One of the opportunity of the direct learning based from the portfolio that the students prepared, he will find himself setting his own future learning goals. So as he looks at the documents within the portfolio that he prepared, the student prepared, then he will of course find time to plan what are the things that he has to improve, what are the things that he has to focus on in the preparation of his future studies. Why portfolio? Because portfolios can be used to determine a student's level of achievement. It was already explained that based from the portfolio that will be presented and submitted by the students to the teacher, his accomplishment and achievement will be assessed finally by the teacher, and it will be another justification of the final grade that he will be receiving in his report card for the grading period or for the period that he has assigned of the portfolio. Why portfolio? It allows students to present a holistic view of the academic achievements, skills, and outcomes. Holistic view, not only one part, not only cognitive, but of course affective, but of course psychomotor. The entire domain of the student can be displayed or reflected in a prepared portfolio. Portfolios can be used to understand how students think, reason, organize, investigate, and communicate. This is a very good reason why we have to ask our students to make a portfolio, because based from the documents that he will be collecting and he will be including within a portfolio, then we will find the level of thinking of the students, if he is already using his metacognition, or we can also find if the students have a shallow reasoning or irrational, or even if he has given a good reason why he has accomplished. Because one of the most important part of portfolio is the reflection of what he has posted in or what he has displayed in a portfolio. And we will also look into the investigatory level of a students, as well as the communication skills of the students based from the writings that he is going to place as a result of his own reflection of all the collection of documents that he has placed in a portfolio. Why portfolio? Because portfolio can provide insights and the students' reasoning intellectual competencies by documenting students' progression of thoughts in work in achieving their learning goals. The set skills and competencies by the teacher can be easily gauged by the different inclusions of documents of accomplishment of students in a portfolio. Next, portfolios can be used to communicate students' efforts, progress towards accomplishing learning goals and accomplishment. So, efforts, why? Because one example is he will not only paste the accomplished essay or the accomplished poem, but he is going to make a borderline. That's an effort. Or even if he is not going only to paste it, but he is going to make a decoration within the accomplished papers. That's an effort. Or even because he has collected all the important documents from first grading to the fourth grading, because it will be the final output for the year for a portfolio. You will find that the students is very resourceful enough. The students is very organized, no, in keeping all his accomplishments. Portfolios can be used to evaluate and improve curriculum and instruction. This is a very good idea, or a very good reason why a portfolio is required from the students, because it can also be used by the teacher to improve his instruction, or it can also be used by the supervisor or by the master teachers or by the curriculum planners to look into which of the skills and competencies or the part of the curriculum to be improved or to be revised or to be removed. No, because the portfolio serve as an evidence of the accomplishment of a student, important basis of the curriculum improvement. And the last one, portfolio is important because it provides a broad view of the effectiveness of the curriculum and instruction. So this is a very good reason why we have to ask our students to make a portfolio. Though the portfolio is difficult to prepare, it is very important to require our students to make a portfolio, especially in the college as well as in the high school, because it will give many reasons, acceptable reasons, why we have to ask our students to prepare a portfolio. Share Jesus. Subscribe, share, Orocle TV. Go, go, go.